What's up, everybody? This is Philly from Figurecraft. Happy almost May the 4th. Thanks for stopping by. Um, so as you can see, I got a bit of a weird setup here, not something I'm not really used to. So uh, right now we're doing the splash page for the light side of Star Wars, and I got every figure I can possibly get my hands to that I can pose from Star Wars Hot Toys, and this is what we're going on. I'm going to share with you guys really quick the put together because I fortunately had run out of time, so I had to kind of like pre-plan everything. So let's take a sneak peek on how I set this up real quick, and then you can check it out, and then go from there. So let's go. So as you can see, I got the light set up. I have an exit table. I got all the figures already posed, ready to go. Um, and so what I'm doing is I'm using the TV to kind of use as a backdrop. And there is reflection in there, but you can kind of probably Photoshop that out. Um, but you can see I have the lighting, and based on the picture that I have, uh, it's kind of a sort of an Endgame style kind of theme, kind of backdrop, and everybody's basically there's a light side and a dark side. I haven't tackled on the dark side. We're gonna have to probably split that into two different parts. So I mean, the fifth is Revenge of the Sith, so the fifth. So we're gonna probably end up doing that. But luckily, we started with the light side, and it's very Avenger style esque kind of backdrop. Everybody's looking into the battle. You see the light side versus the dark side, and you got the light in the back over here. It's kind of dropping on the figures, and everyone's basically ready for battle. So there's a little quick little montage on watching me set up really quick, and let's check out the backdrop right now. I'll get in the camera, and you guys can see what I got going on. And then so it's all about making sure that you don't overcrowd everybody, and that you spread everybody out equally, and that they have a good fair shot of getting a good quality high definition shot from everybody. So obviously I can't turn the camera all the way, but I'll show you real quick. And actually I can't have long enough cord here. So forgive me if it gets a little shaky, but you can see every figure I own, including some customs. We go from literally from every trilogy, every corner of Star Wars. We have Bo-Katan, we have um, Boba Fett. This Ray right here is a custom that I did. It was based on Colin Trevor's canceled plans for Star Wars. It's kind of like the not quite dark side Ray, but it's like a light side, dark side. It's kind of like the path, sort of how Luke Skywalker followed in Return of the Jedi. That is how she should have been in the third film, kind of growing, as an individual, as a Jedi, and kind of reminiscing to reciprocating what Luke Skywalker went through the Return of the Jedi. But unfortunately, those plans were uh, axed. So they went with J.J. Abrams, which I still like because it's very nostalgic. But I think Colin Trevor's, the third film would have been extraordinary, and unfortunately, it didn't work out. So I did read some of the stuff, I saw some of the concept drawings, and this is basically one of the concept drawings right here, Ray. So uh, then we got Leia, Slave Leia, which is I don't call her slave, but she reminds me a little bit more like Wonder Woman in there with the weapons and stuff. That's basically her taking charge of that battle where she took over and got rid of Jabba the Hutt, and she's got a gun there. She's got still her weapon uh, in there. So I think that's a glorious pose, and she's a certified badass. And this is one of the customs I made as well. So the head sculpt is a Hoth Leia head sculpt. All I did is I sculpted the top to kind of make that, and then added the braid. And that kit was from a kit I bought with a face and body that put together. So looks pretty good. Unfortunately, we're not probably gonna see his figure, so I think I'm happy with this one for now. Then we got Mandalorians. We got a couple of clone troopers, the original trilogy. You got C3PO, Chewbacca, Han. Best best Luke would be from the Jedi, personally, I think, because that's like I said, he grew as a character. He was established and knew what the plan was, what he needed to do, and I think that was the best kind of Luke that we could have gotten. Um, some clone troopers, some prequel figures, including Kiko Jean, and then got Ben, some Clone War stuff. And like I said, this is kind of like a universal picture. So you have every character. I didn't repeat any character twice because it kind of contradicts, but it's different characters from the same universe. So, um, anyways, so let's kind of give it a shot and see if we can get a good picture. Hopefully, they can all behave and be still at the same time, and we can get some good shots. So, um, let's check out the chat right here, guys. Please excuse me if I can't see the chat because unfortunately I'm using the screen as a backdrop, and that's the only screen I have. So let me see if I can hop in here real quick and say hello. Okay, what's up, guys? Big shout out to El Profesoro and Loki Collector. They're currently at Disneyland for CaliCon 2024, and I gotta say, man, I envy those guys. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it because I have prior commitments with kids. My little ones are taking a nap right now, but Dad's gotta watch them. But shout out to my man Calvin, Loki Collector, and El Profesoro Mario. Have fun, guys. Be safe, and hopefully, I'll see you soon. I'll see them probably Sunday on Revenge of the Sith. So, looking forward to that. So, thanks for stopping by, guys. Appreciate it. Let's see. So, just to give you guys a heads up, I won't be able to chat until I get my computer set up, but I will be able to reply visually through your messages. So, thanks for stopping by, guys. Appreciate it. All right, so let's see. Got my tripod here ready to go. Got my camera. So what we're looking is we're looking kind of like an angle picture. Uh, them not looking directly into you; they're looking more at the battle. So imagine, like I said, imagine the light side. Everybody in that universe getting ready for battle, having that type of pose where it's like, okay, I'm going into battle and I don't know if I'm going to live or not. So it's a like a mean, like a badass pose, pretty much. So we can't be doing anything silly or can't be doing anything relaxed. Everybody's tense, everybody's ready for battle. So the posing is very important. When you get your figures posed up, it's like you kind of sort of tell a story, but also you look at the character themselves and you can imagine like how are they going to get prepared for battle? How are they going to be thinking? How are they going to strategize their battle? Because it's like a lot of people really don't know this, but it's like when you go into battle and you know you're going to die, people just they focus. Like all of a sudden you have like adrenaline's pumping and you just focus. And not I don't know anything personal for that because unfortunately we haven't been through that experience, but you can imagine how they feel. So feeling and telling a story on that character is very important, especially for the pose and when you take the picture. And as a collective, having the figures together into the scene, that tells a story by itself. So it's important to tell a story. That's the most important thing. When you do a photograph, you want to tell a story. You want to look at the character. You want to look at what you're trying to tell, and then everything else falls into line. Lighting, composition, the angles, the poses, everything else. You just gotta focus on the story. Even though you're not making a film, you're still taking a picture. A film is pictures. They're a series of pictures. Everybody knows that. So that's how originally started. So tell a story. That's the most important thing. So here we have, like I said, it's imagine Avengers Endgame, but in the Star Wars land, Star Wars galaxy. You have everybody ready. They're facing across. They're in some kind of wasteland. The picture that I got is one of those preloaded pictures. They're CG pictures that you can purchase and download them. I have my resources. I will share them eventually with people that are interested. That goes from special effects, backdrops, sound effects, and stuff like that. Everybody has their go-to place, but have a few that been able to lucky to find uh, free, if not some a little bit of money to put down. But it's all based on your preference, on your budget, or what you're trying to do. So here, like I said, I have preloaded pictures. They're kind of sort of like uh, apocalyptic pictures, and there is a like a sunlight. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. Ba, 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 ba. So we got Battlefield. Here we are. So, so as you can see, this is the picture I'm talking about. So as you can see, it's a battlefield. It's sort of reminiscent to Avengers Endgame and their destroyed base. There's torn buildings. There's land tore up, and what the one thing that really intrigued me with this picture is the lighting. You have the sun kind of hitting with the clouds and the dust, and that's exactly how they did it in Endgame. You have this very faint sun coming through, and you have a lot of dust and cloud because of the explosion and all that stuff. So this is very similar, but the lighting is key. That's why I'm using kind of an orangey, kind of like very warm light to hit their faces, because remember this picture right here, that as you see, um, the sun's coming to the right side and it's hitting their faces. Hence, you see the light facing them, as you see right here. So, as you can see, let's see, the sun's coming down over here, and then it hits into the figures. So you're gonna see that, and when I do the dark side, you're gonna see the opposite. The sun's gonna be hitting the back of them, which makes sense because the light side, you have the light hitting their faces, and the dark side, you have the darkness taking them, but the light's behind them. So you'll see a lot of dark. It'll be look good with red lightsabers. Another thing too is about the effects that I have preloaded. I get these effects, buy them. You can use them for films. I will provide the description down below. It's called makebigfilms.com. You can buy the effects already, and then you can tweak them as yourself, make them however you want, like different colors, different sizes. I'm talking about anything where it's like from fire. You could do blasters, explosions, uh, any type of action style stuff, special effects. Um, but I'm sorry, I'm just looking at Mario's message. No doubt, bro. See you on Sunday. Awesome. Thanks for stopping by. Stopping by, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. Uh, but yeah, it's preloaded bunch of special effects, and you can adjust them to your liking. But the beauty part about that is you can also use them for photography. So not only you use them for movies and video, but you can use them for photography, which works great because you can pick a frame that you like. Let's say, for example, you do a flame, fire, and you play it, and then you freeze it, and you pick the right frame you want. You copy it, you paste it onto Photoshop, which I use for all my photography. I use Lightroom and Photoshop. Those are the best two tools you can get. Uh, you can still work on a budget if you want to, save some money. You can do a monthly payment on Photoshop and Lightroom. But I would suggest if you are starting with the photography, those are the best two tools you can start with, and go from there. And it takes a while to learn, but like I said, it helps a lot. It's definitely a great tool. So um, let's see. Let's check the chat real quick. All right. Okay. So All right, let's go back to our photograph here, checking out here. All right, so the key thing is to make sure you get a good, clean, crisp picture. So I'm gonna put you right here next to me so I can be able to talk at the same time. Don't don't mind the toys, those are your kids' toys. I got daddy's toys are next to me, and then I have the kids' toys are next door. Uh, so currently, let me see if we can flip this over. Here we are. So currently, I have been trying different types of settings for my camera. If anybody has a question about the camera, it's a Sony A7C. Currently using a 30 millimeter Sony lens with a, believe it's a 1.8 f-stop. But I did try a wide angle, and having a wide angle helps, but you get the distortion around it. So it's important to either choose the right lens because you want to get the maximum kind of accuracy and the maximum sharpness from the picture. But also having the right focal length is important too because you want to make sure that none of your subjects in the back are blurry or in the front. So it all depends on your focal length and also where you're taking the picture from. So what's important is I've been setting every figure kind of like the right kind of position where in the right angle, like for example, right here, I can see everyone. Everybody has a shot. Actually, maybe a little more to the right. There we go. So by having everybody there, you can see through to the viewfinder and see, am I blocking anyone? And if that's the case, you can adjust the camera or adjust your figures too. So right here, I got pretty much everybody in the shot. Let me get a little more behind. And then there's a few things that I'm going to add towards the end to take the shot. And that's going to be lighting, individual lighting. Reason being, because you want to create that effect for some of the figures that have lightsabers. Um, the recent Luke Skywalker Hot Toys Artisan that was released, I don't know, and let me know in the description if you're able to snag one. I luckily was able to snag one too. I would think I was number right under 1,000, and I was able to snag one artisan. So just to kind of, it's Hot Toys is something doing something brand new with artisan line, and it's always intriguing. I'm always intrigued on their work progress. So this look, personally, it's not my choice, but it is comics, it's legends, and it's rooted. It's the first rooted uh, Luke Skywalker, and Luke Skywalker is also known for his feathery '70s hair. So it's definitely something you want to keep interested in. If and again, the queue is always a mystery on if you're able to get a figure or not. So if I don't end up wanting it, I can always relay to a friend who missed out, and uh, if they want to take it over, they can. So, uh, anywho, um, the additional lighting that I'm going to add is for the lightsabers. But in regards to that Luke, which I discussed, I saw some of the pictures they used, and they look great. By the way, whoever did the photo did great. The photos did great, but they chose the red background, which I understand. It's the dark side. It's a dark side Luke, but he has a green lightsaber, and they chose red lighting. So the lighting is kind of hitting Luke, and it's red, but yet he has a green lightsaber, which they added out with the After Effects, which it does not make any sense. If you have a green lightsaber, that light's gonna repel and it's gonna reflect within your body. But that picture had red, and he had a green lightsaber, so that was a big no-no. I mean, I could I for us photographers and people that do photography as a hobby, you see that right away. You're like, what was this person thinking? He didn't really plan it out. Or maybe he thought he was going to do a red lightsaber and then eventually changed it to a green. But I believe that Legends Luke has a green lightsaber, but also has a red lightsaber. So I don't know why they do that, but it doesn't make sense to have lighting be red and then him having a red lightsaber or a green lightsaber right in front of him. So, anyways, I'm gonna do this real quick, and if you don't have color lighting like this, you can do clear lighting, and you can always adjust it in Photoshop. You can adjust the hue and the color, and you can get a different color if you want. But for this one, I'm going to use green, and that green is obviously going into who's green in the Yoda. Who's green in the Star Wars universe? Yoda. And then you got baby Yoda right next to him as well. So that green's going there to kind of give that, effect of the lightsaber. And then I'm going to use other colors, or I'm going to use white for other figures, and then just apply it in After Effects or in Photoshop and change the hue to a red, yellow. No, not yellow. There's red, blue. No, this is light side, so you have blue, green, and I believe that's it. I don't have the new ray, so otherwise that would have been orange, but it's just blue and green. I don't have Mace Windu, which hopefully that gets released in the next couple of days. That would have been purple, but I don't have Mace Windu, unfortunately. I didn't want to get to third party, knowing the fact that Hot Toys was going to release an official one. They did, but we're still waiting for that. Like, hopefully it gets out in the next couple of days for Star Wars. All right, let's check the chat real quick. Hey, my man, Commander Green. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Harold, you're an awesome guy. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to type real quick just so you can, if you can't hear me, you see it. Thanks for stopping by. So, Harold, I don't know if you can hear me. What do you think of my setup? What do you see? I know I'm trying to be very limited on hopefully not to make you dizzy with the camera, but audio is good. Awesome. Thank you, Teria. Hey, Teria. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you stopping by. Let me know if I don't want to make you guys dizzy with the camera. So it's a new experiment I'm doing, and the setup I quite didn't really, think it out really well. So as you can see, I'm using my screen that I use for the background, and I'm trying to reply on messages, and it's a little convoluted, so I'm gonna just kind of focus on the photograph, and then once I'm done, I'll clear it out, and then we can go into Photoshop and kind of work with it and see how it looks. So you guys are you literally have backstage, if you see right here. Look at my fingers. You guys are literally backstage of this picture. So talk about backstage access. You got it, baby. So let me work on the picture, make sure we got a good angle and the lighting, and then we'll go from there. So I'll get you guys to be able to look over here. Okay, so I got these little lightings. I can't remember where, I got them through Amazon, but I can't remember who the makers are, the manufacturers, but they're really good for 1/6 scale figures. Um, it came in a 3-pack, and the battery's not great, but if you charge them long enough, they last you for about an hour or two, and they're very bright. You have different settings, so it comes with all these different little accessories you can choose. So great for 1/6 figure photography or video. So this one, I think I'm gonna go put at the corner over here with Qui-Gon. I don't know. I've been calling him Qui-Gon because I'm bilingual and I speak Spanish, so I always say it Qui-Gon, thinking it's like French. I mean, the guy is European, so, but I'm way off of that. Qui-Gon, got a light towards Qui-Gon because he's got a green lightsaber and he's more towards the end of the photo. So, and then I'll do one more. I'll put it in the middle, and that's going to be with Luke in Return of the Jedi. Luke. That's going to hit kind of upwards. And like I said, in Photoshop, I'll change the hue to green. As long as you have some source of light in Photoshop, you can change the color, whatever reflection, whatever light refracts from the subject. You can change it, the hue, to a different color if you want to. Wait, there's one more. I almost forgot. I forgot about Ahsoka. That's an important one because she's in the front. I have one of those bigger lights I have here that I had as a backup. Luckily, I have it right here. You can see now I can refract. Hers is kind of cool, a cool light with the lightsaber. So let me put it in here and then have it through an app controlled on my phone, and then I'll change it. Let me put you guys a little further so you don't get so dizzy. You can see the better big picture. There we go. Just gotta make sure this camera doesn't fall. So I have a cable clamp here so the cable doesn't fall, and it doesn't seem like it's working. Give me 1 second. Sorry, forgive me, guys. Okay, there we go. Now we're rocking. I believe you guys got a good angle. Perfect. All right, we're working out. Geo, what's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. RGB panel lights were a game changer for me. Of course, I know, right? Harold, there they are. They are really, really useful, creating that dramatic effect, whatever picture you're trying to come up with, and it just brings photography to life much, much, much better. But anyways, I want to say hi to Gio. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Good to see you. Hopefully, I'll see you Sunday at the last day of CaliCon. Looking forward to it. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. I appreciate your support. Um, let's see. Let's go over here and see what we've got. So now I'm gonna change this light next to Ahsoka. I'm gonna go and try to switch it over to more of a cool light. Give me 1 second, guys. And ladies and gentlemen, so I don't know who's on. Who else we have? Anybody else that I don't see in the chat? Let me know. That's the only way I can find out who's on, just so I can say hi and appreciate and personally thank you for stopping by. Here we go. We got. Let's do cool because Ahsoka is cool. There we go. Okay. There we go. We're ready to rock and roll. Let's see if we can get a good crisp picture. Let me just change the background. Let's see. Battlefield number 8. If you guys have any questions, by all means, let me know. This is a kind of a learning experience for everybody, including myself. So I want to share any knowledge that I can with everybody because it's that's how you learn from each other. You see, you better yourself, learning from others and different techniques and what people do differently. And I'm always up for that. So let me put my head backwards. Okay. I personally like to look at the viewfinder. Do I have a lid on here? No. All right, let's see. Manual on. Why are we getting a viewfinder? There we go. Okay. Sorry, I had it in play. Okay, so now I have a feeling, a better feeling about this picture because it's now giving me a little more sight where I want to take a picture in one angle. The light is a little dim. Let me go and adjust the main light over here, the key light. The light that I'm using up here is Zion. They're known for their that was a light. I'll fix it. They're known for their what do you call it? Their cranes, not the cranes. What do they call them? The camera gimbals. They're known for that. They do a really good job with the gimbals. But the lighting, they had a really good deal on this lighting. The Zion, it's really small. It's a 60-watt light, cool and warm. 60 watts, it's plenty that you need. This is, I believe you're looking at 50%, 0%, 50%, and 100%. There we go. So if you guys hear some kind of thumping or banging, it's probably my son who's playing upstairs. He's got off from home from school. He's chilling, maybe in a little bit. I'll come down and say hi. So Preston, he's going to be 6 in July. So he's excited to be turning 6. So Let's see. Let's turn this light up with Yoda. We have this other one with Qui-Gon. Let's turn it up to the max. And then we have this one with Luke. Turn it up to the max. Okie dokie. Artichoke. And we're ready to roll. So I got the background. I have the light. I have the right angle. I have my head backwards. And looks like I have a good clear shot. Actually, hold on. Let me tilt it a little bit upwards because I'm cutting off one of the Death Watch Mandalorian's head. And I'm cutting Baby Yoda. You don't want to cut Baby Yoda. We're not cutting Grogu. I would not hear at the end of it if I cut off Grogu from the picture. Okay. Okay, I think I'm feeling good about this picture. The angle. Okay, we're gonna do a couple of test shots. So let's go with the test shots. And then let's see, I think I blocked accidentally, not Commander Cody, not Jesse, Rex. I blocked Rex. So let me put Rex into the shot. One of the clones, you guys know who. Okay, I think I need to move this light to kind of not block Yoda a little bit. Okay, and I need to move this light to get more towards Ahsoka, not Poe. I didn't talk about this, Poe. So shout out to my man Tremble Dust. Patrick, he sent me a So Toys what's Oscar Isaac's head sculpt. He sold it to me pretty good price from that So Toys, and I ended up using the the speeder Luke outfit, and I kit bashed it into a Poe Dameron from The Force Awakens. So you have, if you see him on the front, you'll see in the picture right now. But I have him kneeling, holding the helmet, and ready to pull out his blaster. Looks like I got everybody in the picture. Okay, I see everyone. So let's take a couple of shots. Okay, I have in the background, I do have some stuff because it expands from the screen. I'm gonna get like a little, it's like a black foam thing that'll cover some of this busy stuff I have here. So in case I need to, when I go into Photoshop and I extend the background, because I will extend it because my TV is it's not big enough to cover this whole entire scene. So I'm going to extend it in Photoshop to kind of cover it. But I don't want anything busy. I want something more plain. It's easier to kind of replace. So I'm going to put this foam cover in the back. Foam, it's one of those mats that kids play with. So I'm just going to put it up here to kind of block from all this stuff in the back getting to the shot. So that way it's more simple and easy to replace. The stuff nowadays in Photoshop with that, I know AI has been a controversial subject, but AI in Photoshop is thumbs up. AI in replacing photography or movies, thumbs down, obviously. But it helps. It shouldn't be taking over. It just helps. So let's see. I think we are good. Now I feel more comfortable. Yep. Take a couple of pictures. We got to make sure also this is balanced. Yeah. Okay. And you can slightly move your camera, slightly kind of rework it and see if you can get a better position. The more pictures you take, a couple of shots, the more chances you get to get that good shot that you're looking for. And I feel really good about this. Let me move a little bit more. I have my settings into like a wide shot to kind of get every aspect of the shot nice and sharp. It's very difficult, but if you take multiple shots, and if you in one shot you get a good crisp picture of a subject, and then in the other one you get a blurry one, but it's vice versa with another subject. It's good because then you can just put them together, composite them. Um, so, okay, I think I got some pretty good shots. I'm gonna try one more angle because changing the angles definitely helps. I'm gonna also check on the chat and see what we got because I have this picture in the background. Okay, now I can see me. Good. Getting ready to watch. Oh, that's right. He's gonna go see Phantom Menace. Uh, that's awesome, Gio. Luis Pop Culture Relics is gonna go see Phantom Menace tomorrow with his son. I believe his son's 6 or 7, and Luis is one of my buddies that we've been friends for a long time, and I've known him since he was 12, 13, I believe. But it was in 1999 when Phantom Menace came out. He fell in love with Star Wars. And like I said, everybody has every generation has their favorite Star Wars because of the experiences they went through. And for me, I was a little too young to experience the first 1977 Star Wars because I was born in 1980. But VHS was the thing when I was, at that age to see the stuff. And, I must have watched that VHS hundreds of times. But what really, watching the VHS movies, and then all of a sudden when you're older and you're in your teens, and then you see that George Lucas is coming back for some prequels for a teenager, that was very exciting. And so Phantom Menace, I had a good, I have some parts of it that I didn't really agree with, but for all being a 19-year-old going to the movie theaters, I was entertained. I loved it. I think it was different. It separated from the last trilogy, and that was his thing. He wanted to have every trilogy be different from the other, and that's what people didn't understand. Is it was totally different. The production, the design, the characters, and they just were hoping to see something similar to the last three. So that's why they probably didn't like it, but I liked it. It was different. The story could have been a little more, but it was, what can you ask? He was on a mission, so it's George Lucas. So, well, I keep hearing rumbles that he might come back. So cross your fingers. Never know. Um, so Gio, have a good time. Enjoy the movie. I can't believe it's been 25 years since this last came out. Should be that pod race should be killer, especially if you're watching it in IMAX. Uh, let's see. Who else we got here? If you just joined, stop by and say hi in the chat. Unfortunately, I can't see who's in, but if you want to stop by and say hi, so I personally thank you. Thanks for stopping by, and let's keep going. All right, let's see here. Back to the backdrop. We're gonna do one more angle and see if we get the right shot. So, and I don't want to go veer too off because if I veer too off, I'm gonna have to rearrange the figures. But one thing I can also do is do the height. The height, I can change the height. Like, see if right here, Bo-Katan is gone, literally behind Mandalorian. So yeah, this is better. Okay. Now I'm losing focus out of Poe, so I'm gonna drop it down a smidge. Okay. I think that's good. Yeah, that's good. Luke, do I see you? Okay, I see Luke. Oh, I lost Obi-Wan. Here, I'm gonna push. There we go. I think. No, let's pull Ahsoka a little bit more towards us, so we can get that space we need to be able to see Ben, or sorry, Obi-Wan. Okay. All right. So we got, and again, let's not cut off Grogu. We'll hear the end of it. So we're gonna tilt to the right. No. Okay, that's good. Uh, so the best way you see, make sure you don't miss anybody, do Z scan. If anybody know what the Z scan is, I learned this from working for a delivery company for 20 years. Z scan is you go from left to right, then down to an angle, and then left to right again. That's how you scan an area, and you see to make sure I do a Z scan and not miss anyone. Okay, looks like I got everybody, including BB-8. I need to push its clone a little more forward. Perfect. Now everybody's in the shot. Drop a like, a comment, and if you're not subscribed, I would appreciate very much for you to subscribe. Sorry, have you ever heard of so uncertain subscribe? Please subscribe. It's because I'm on my viewfinder here trying to get a good shot. And it looks like I got everybody. Let's see, I got a clone. Okay, let's shoot. All right. Do a couple of them. Let's see. It's in the middle. When getting a good crisp photo, they always say is to just focus in the middle. Because I have certain rows, I have layers of a photograph, and sometimes when you have layers, sometimes the background, the foreground or the background becomes out of focus. So in order to get a better chances to get a good sharp photo is you want to make sure you focus right in the middle. So that way your chances are good from there on, from the middle and on. So, all right. All right, I think I'm feeling all warm and fuzzy now. So let's yeah, let's break it down and see if we got a good shot. So I'm gonna put my camera and plug it in. Um, so a little bit background. I've been doing photography since high school, but I didn't really get back into it until recently with the whole toy photography. That really got me back into it because it gives you a freedom. They're not used to taking photos to actual subjects. They work better with you. They don't yell at you back. They don't disagree with stuff, and they have buy by your orders. So it's cheesy, but it's true. Um, but it's it's a lot of fun. I enjoy myself doing it, and I don't know, seeing what they've done in the years with Hot Toys and their paint applications and their sculpts and their tailoring. That just is insane because you can get pretty darn close to reproducing a realistic picture. And in fact, sometimes people think they see a picture and they're like, I could have sworn that was a real person, but it's not. It's a 12-inch action figure. so, so yeah, you get some good photographs from that, from great detailed figurines. I hate to use that word, but they are figurines. My family calls them figurines, and I'm like, they're not figurines, they're action figure. They're not dolls, they're action figures. But like I said, they're not familiar. Let's see. So now that I hooked up the camera, Rick S. Hi, Philly, enjoying the stream. Went to Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland in beautiful Anaheim, California. It was amazing. Rick, thanks for stopping by, buddy. I have friends out there at Disneyland, and they're actually currently, I think they were just leaving Galaxy Edge, but I don't know if you meant by today. or you meant, recently. But I personally have not seen Galaxy's Edge because I haven't been to Disneyland since 2015, I believe, and I think that's when they were building it. Uh, I went with my girlfriend at the time, happens to be my wife, and we had no kids. So we went to Disneyland and had a blast. And I saw they're building a Galaxy's Edge, so it took a while. But yeah, awesome. Thanks for stopping by, Rick. I appreciate you, and have fun, man. Enjoy yourself. I hear it's a little bit humid out there, so uh, definitely hydrate out there. I am originally from that area. I used to live not too far from the Disneyland. I used to work down the street too, and it's amazing how that park's changed over the years. I remember. I mean, I'm not that old, but I'm pretty old. I remember when tickets were $23 for a Disneyland ticket, and now they're, I don't know. Somebody correct me. I think they're in the hundreds, maybe 200. I don't know. I know it's getting up there, but uh, my wife and I are trying to get a sitter, and we're gonna hopefully, soon. I don't know about this summer, but probably next year we'll go to Disneyland and enjoy ourselves, just the two of us. The kids are a little too young right now to go. I have a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. Maybe another year for the 3-year-old, and then once she's a little older, then we'll go and take the family. But for now, uh, we are next to Legoland, and we take advantage of Legoland because we're down the street from Legoland, and kids love Legos. So Legos are fun. Let's see. So let's bring up the pictures. Give me just trying to. I have so many different windows open. I have to make sure that I'm moving adequately fast enough for TV land or YouTube land, if I should say. All right. Did we plug it in? Yes. Let's try that again. Plug it in again. Interesting. I think I didn't plug in the right cable. Hold on, guys and gals. Okay, so I believe I have the camera plugged in, so I don't need this. So we'll unplug this for now, and then we'll plug this back in. So many USB plugs and so little USB plugins. So forgive me, guys. It wasn't even plugged in, so I use it for the camera. So I'm gonna get one of those extenders that have the outlets for USBs that you can actually add more. Aaron collects. What's up, buddy? Happy Friday, brother. Hopefully you're done from your schoolwork. Aaron is an awesome guy. Gotten to know him the last couple of weeks and months, and he's a cool cat, man. Definitely wish I can. I don't know. Are you going to New York Comic Con? I'm not going this year. I would love to go, but I'm most likely going to plan next year. Uh, but he's awesome, man. He's up in New York, and he just recently got a Prime One Batman Hush statue. So congratulations, buddy. Hopefully you're enjoying that statue. It's a little too big for me. Obviously, you can tell that I have the the original right there. A lot of people didn't like this one because it was kind of awkward posing. They didn't like the crouching style. Crouching tiger, hidden dragon. No, I mean he was crouching and he's like in a corner of the gargoyle statue, so or base. So it's kind of awkward posing. But just to give you a heads up, I tweaked it. What I ended up doing is I reshaped the part here where the head sculpt goes to turn his head because his head used to be like this, but now it looks more straight because of the shape of the I used like epoxy clay to kind of, blend it in and create a brand new base for it where it locks in with another magnet. And now it looks forward as opposed to the right because it was the awkward positioning. And then not only that, but this one had that weird um, cape that was like literally somebody could poke their eyes out. It was just a big hazard. I got rid of it and put like a cloth, you know, aftermarket, secondary market. I just went to in Joann's and got some material and I cut up a cape for him. I don't like the color; it's a little too bright, so I may have to go back there and get some other texture, like more of a grayish blue instead of a blue. So, but congratulations, buddy. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I kind of like the one standing up that you got because it's you see Batman in his whole glory in the Batcave, and I really love that Batcave base. The way they did the cave, kind of like rippled effect. That's really cool. I like that one too as well. So, congratulations to you, buddy. Uh, everything's good. Yeah, going to anyone? Oh, you are going to New York Comic Con. Nice. Yeah, maybe I'll catch you next year. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go this year, uh, but definitely next year. I did go maybe 6 years ago, but that was a while back. Uh, but yeah, looking forward to go back to New York. I love New York. New York is a great spot to go visit and see sightseeing and stuff like that. And I always love going to the local comic shops too. I know there's one in Manhattan that um, it's really cool. It's like upstairs. I forgot the name of it, but Hush is one of my favorite stories. Seeing Miguel having it in person, I wanted to bad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Miguel's awesome. He's got quite a collection. Shout out to Miguel from uh, Collect 101. Uh, he's uh, he's gonna be at New York Comic Con, and he's gonna have you guys over, and I am very jealous. So shout out to Miguel for being a cool guy. But yeah, he's got a really cool collection. Check him out on his channel. I'll put his description down below. But Aaron Collects, thanks for stopping by, buddy. I appreciate it. Just watching me here, kind of fumble on my whole mess here, but hopefully I get a good picture out of it. So thanks again, buddy. All right, let's look at the pictures here. Mhm. Uh, yes, thank you. We got a FYI from my wife. Uh, pictures. Okay. Okay, looks like we got some. Come on, buddy. There we go. Computer's running a little slow today. Okay, now we can go. All right. Let's pull up Open with Lightroom and let's show you guys. See what we got. Present. Give it a second or two. So as you can see, I added 57 photos. So, oh, you're seeing a sneak peek of one I was working on a couple of days ago. But unfortunately, it's not Marvel Day; it's Star Wars Day. So maybe the fourth. So let me get out of there. That picture shouldn't be. Yeah, you're getting a sneak peek of what's coming up next. So, uh, let's see. Where are we? Come on. It's being a little slow. Still, there we go. Okay. So they are a little dark, but like I said, I'm gonna adjust that. But let's see if we can scroll through them and see if we can find something good here. It's still importing, so give me a minute. Uh, are you still seeing the other one? Yeah, you're still seeing the Deadpool one. Blue Tattoo. Hey, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Friday. Happy almost May the 4th be with you. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. And you can see what I got going on over here. Besides slouching badly, gotta stop slouching. There we go. All right. what we got here? Come on. So raw files take a lot of memory. If you guys are used to photography, raw files usually take a lot of memory. So when you're taking multiple pictures, I try to kind of recycle some of those pictures and store them in a hard drive because it's a lot of memory. And your computer really can only take so much. And I got an Apple uh, M2 chip desktop, which I have paired it up with my OLED TV. And so far, it's been really good. It's been great with pictures and video and stuff like that. Sometimes I have to like purge stuff or move stuff around to kind of make something work. Um, but I recently did a video tour for my buddy Mario, Darth Profi, El Profesoro, who stopped by earlier. And he's going to unveil that video tomorrow on May the 4th. I produced the video, I did all the stuff, went over to his place, shout out to my man. And he has an awesome collection of Star Wars. And it was perfect timing. He wanted to do a tour, and it was coming up to May the 4th, and it worked out. I drove down to his place and took video and as much footage as I can, and the video came out really good. I'm very proud of it. But yeah, check it out. It'll be tomorrow. He'll release it, and you can check out his Star Wars collection. So, what's new with you, Blue Tattoo? How you doing, buddy? Blue Tattoo has an amazing collection too. I've seen his collection video, and his stuff is really cool. He is one of the few that have a red backdrop on their display case, which I've rarely seen that, and I haven't seen anybody do that. I have red shelves, but not a backdrop, and it looks really good. It kind of reminds me of the Star Wars. I think the scene where Ray and Ben Solo are fighting with the Imperial guards. That kind of backdrop, some like red, popish, kind of bright red. I don't know how he did that. I think he used some paper, like paper mache or some kind of backdrop that he used, but it looks really good. Good job, Blue Tattoo. Um, Aaron, close to 1K, bro. You will get there. Thanks, Aaron. Yeah, I am very appreciative. I can't believe I've just started this YouTube channel for 2023 and I'm already close to 1,000. So I'm very appreciative, very thankful for all the support. When I first did my collection tour, I don't know if you guys were able to see my collection tour. It for some reason it really connected with a lot of people and a lot of collectors, and uh, I got luckily a lot of subscribers that were really like my materials or my content. So that gave me more motivation. And I started doing more and more. So thanks again for all the supporters. And it's amazing, almost to 1,000 subscribers. That's pretty cool. I'm very thankful for that. So thank you. Okay. Thanks, man. Your collection is dope. Thank you. Sorry, I lost connection, guys. Can you guys hear me? Anybody just confirm that you can hear me? Because I think I accidentally exit out of the stream. While you guys confirm with me, I'm gonna pull up the. Let's see. All right, Lightroom. Can you guys hear me? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I accidentally in my mouse. There's a button that it's right next to the clicker, and it apparently goes back a page every time I click it. So I gotta get that feature out of it because if I touch it incorrectly, it'll go back to the previous menu. So it connected because uh, it connected because of that. Aaron, I love Aaron, man. Aaron is he's crazy, man. Aaron, you crazy, man. I love when your banter between you and Calvin. It's amazing. I find it funny. You can always laugh, you know. It's all in good heart, and when you guys talk, you know, shit with each other. It's hilarious. Thank you, Rick. Yeah, blue tattoo. I have the same type of mouse. I hate the button. I know, right? Uh, Screamer problems. All right, let's go. Let's go into Lightroom. Looks like we got everything ready to go. Let me present. Uh, share screen. Entire no window. Lightroom. Okay, here we are. All right. So we got. I'm gonna go through these pictures real quick and see what we got. So just to let you guys know, I did say I was going to do the light side and dark side, but I'm going to have to probably split this into two different sections because this whole setup took me forever, and I'm not sure why this is taking. It's going really slow. Uh, there we go. Yeah, it's taking really slow. Let me close a few programs here that I don't need. Uh, but yeah, Aaron, Calvin, and the guys are currently at Disneyland having a good time. So it is super muggy, so I don't envy them. Supposedly it was misting, but it was really humid. So I was like, yeah, don't like humid weather. So I'm in San Diego, so I'm a little, I'm a little, yeah, I'm a little kind of um, babied by the weather. So okay, looks like I closed a few programs, so I think we're good. Let's see. So if you guys see, it's just going really slow. I think it has to do with the stream that's taking all the juice. So I'm gonna go with probably usually the best shots are the ones at the end, which we're looking at. So I'm gonna go with this one real quick because it's taking too long. I have too many pictures, so I'm gonna work with this one. So right here, as you can see, you have the lighting. So you can change the exposure, you can change the contrast and highlights. And the most important thing is a lot of people they go high, but the thing is, in order to preserve the raw files, all the details, you want to go low. So you don't want to overexpose it. You don't want to over contrast and stuff like that because then you kind of lose that natural, element. And the less is better, but you can only see it by just trying it out. And it's okay. You can go high and try it out. And if you like it, do what you like. Don't listen to me. Uh, but it's prior to my experiences, those kind of things are kind of that come out with those really good pictures that you miss details that you never thought you had. Like you're like, oh, if I would have done it this way, I would have had this sort of kind of like feeling of a photo as opposed to this other feeling because there's different feelings by different types of filters and settings. And like you get a gloomy feeling, a dark feeling, you get a happy feeling, you get an intense feeling, all those things by just changing the filters and changing the colors. So like I said, is you're telling a story, and the settings are part of the story too. Um, Sorry guys, it's taking a little too much time on this computer. Um, let's see. I'm gonna. Hmm, yeah, I have the wheel of death, which is a little colorful wheel, so it's going over. And usually I don't get that unless something's wrong. Um, Let me see if I can close and reopen it again, and then I'll try one more time. But what I can do is, yeah, Yeah, I see you guys are saying like a blurry. That's not good. Why is it blurry? All right. I tested this, guys, and it was working earlier today, so I don't know what's going on here. Let me remove this. Okay. And then let me go back here. We close this. We close. Force quit. I'm gonna try to reopen it again, see if that works. Um, sorry, an error occurred. Yes, I know that. Yeah, Aaron, my man Loki is he's really cool. I've gotten to know him, and he's a really awesome guy. Everybody's been awesome, man. All you guys have been awesome. This is why I kind of, did what I did is because I've really never ventured out into the collecting world. I only would follow people. Like I would see videos from all these YouTubers, but I never really engage anybody because, unfortunately, I had a job and that job demanded a lot of my time, and I didn't have time. And any time I had for the weekend, it was just for the collection. So, but long story short, my kid was diagnosed with autism. He's in the spectrum, so I decided to quit my job, spend full time with my kid, take care of him, and I'm very fortunate to have a beautiful wife that is able to support all of us. And right now, I'm taking care of the kids and trying to do something on the side. And if you don't get many opportunities in life to kind of try something you want, and I'm definitely going for it with this. This is something I love to enjoy, and to share, and photography, videography, and filming and stuff like that. And uh, it's something I like to share, and hopefully, be able to do something that helps support my family. So, but yeah, it's been great so far since I've gotten to know everybody. Um, it's been really good, and obviously there's a few bad apples among the tree, but everybody's just been great. And usually I don't surround myself with those bad apples, but everybody's got their reasons, and they have their ways, and more power to them. But yeah, let's see. Let's try this again. See if we can get back in there. Lightroom. Toy Quest 101. Sorry, Miguel. I just remember his website or his YouTube channel. Toy Quest 101. I know it's 101 something, but Miguel's gonna yell at me like, Philly, how'd you forget my channel? Toy Quest 101. If you don't follow Miguel, I'm sure everybody follows him. So he's awesome. It's just at my age, I'm just forgetting stuff. I forget stuff. Um, here we go. So I got Lightroom open, and here we go. Now let's try it again and see if it works. Uh, ba, 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 ba. Present, screen, window, Adobe, share. All right, so now you are still getting a fuzzy viewing. Huh. Can you guys see Lightroom? If anybody can, is it blurry or can you see it? You know what? I think they have I think they're blocking it for some reason. All right, let's share the entire screen. Maybe that'll help. All right, let's try the whole screen. Okay, it looks like this is gonna work. Can you guys see Lightroom? If anybody can confirm they can see the Lightroom with the picture, let me know. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. It is it's slowing down again. Let me give you guys a better angle here. You don't see the back of my head. Still getting that wheel of death, guys. Sorry about that. So, if you didn't know, this is my garage. You can see the background right here. You can see the rest of the collection on the left side or right side. Um, I did reorganize recently from what I have in my collection tour. Uh, collections change. You know, I kept telling myself I gotta wait and wait until I get the collection ready to go, but it always changes. So, you know, it wasn't like not even 3 months ago when I did the collection tour, and it's already changed. So I have to probably do another video, but I am interested in. I'm going to collab with Cave Masters on YouTube. They do man caves for submissions from people that submit their man caves, and there's a lot of good stuff there. They share man caves, studios, offices, TV rooms, home theater rooms from everybody around the world. And there's a lot of cool stuff from industrial to a collection tour. One of my guys in the Facebook group had his collection um, was in one of the videos, and he's got a really good collection. His name right now escapes me at the moment, but he uh, he has a lot of. It's like a movie slash collection man cave. And for me, it unfortunately this is a garage. First of all, I have to fit two cars, but also I use it mostly for a collection slash studio. Um, I don't have like a movie room or TV room. We do have in the living room. We have another TV, but kids, they take over that stuff. But yeah, hopefully, maybe down the line, I can when we get a bigger home, uh, we can probably take advantage of that. I can do like a whole entire. Oh, it's clear now. Thank you, Blue Tattoo. Um, it's we can do something bigger. I did have something bigger prior, and um, unfortunately, because we went from two incomes to one income, we sold our old previous house, and we got something smaller. But My previous home, I had like a detached granny flat that I, believe it or not, I actually built. Uh, it was uh, it was a porch, but I enclosed the walls and made it into an actual. It wasn't typically a bedroom because it was you can't build a bedroom. It was an all-purpose room uh, to be unpermitted. But yeah, so I closed it off. It was a porch closed off into a room, and it was like about a size of a garage, single car garage. And I converted it into a office slash man cave slash theater room, and that was my favorite spot. Here it's because we have a smaller place, so we have to consolidate. Um, but hopefully, I'll share pictures of that place soon. I mean, I do miss it, but having a bigger place, it does tend to have more maintenance and it's a lot more work. So, uh, because we obviously went from two incomes to one income, we had to get a smaller place. We sold our previous place, and it's less maintenance. I focus more on the kids, and it's easier to clean. Kids really, they unfortunately they don't take care of things, so it's better to have less stuff. So here we go. So now we got the Lightroom ready to go. Uh, thanks, Blue Tattoo, for confirming. Present, share screen. We'll do the entire screen. Okay. All right, here we go. Now we're rocking and rolling. So now, so we have the first photograph. I'm gonna go and just kind of test the exposure and see if I can get something a little more. See how it's coming up a little more clear. I mean, some are more brighter than others, and that's okay. Because basically the light's coming from afar, so that's expected. Like the end and the back is a little darker than on the right side. So, but it's still it's giving me the dramatic effect that I'm looking for. The contrast, believe it or not, I'm not going to go higher. I'm going to go lower because I want to get that light in as much as I can. So I can see the background now. Highlights, go as low as you can. You can always add later. Shadows, we want to take them out as much as you can because you want those. See the ones on the left side. You have the Chrome Trooper. You have Boba Fett. You have um, you have oh my god, her name escapes me at the moment. They're getting a little more clear to see. Uh, Whites, we're going to go down. Actually, let's go a little higher on the whites. The problem is I see some of the yeah, I'm getting some blurriness on some of the subjects, which I'm not happy about. But um, yeah, it's really hard to get a picture like this really clear when you're dealing with at least four rows of subjects with staggered and different levels of space because the lens, it can only take so much. But luckily, I took 50 pictures, so I can composite some. If one of them came with what's your face really crisp, clear, I can include that. Same with the Cobb band. So, but at least I can see here of the colors and adjustments that I need to do based on what I see. And it's basically going through each individual picture and seeing what the best part of those pictures are and then compositing them together. Because I mean, it's really difficult to get a perfect shot. I mean, I haven't gone through all of them, but somewhere in here might be a good shot. So just by going through it, I'm looking at Cobb Vanth and see if he gets any more sharper. And I'm looking. It takes a while to upload because it's just a large file. Um, let's see. There are other positions. Let's see. Oh, wait. I think I see one. Let's see if this one's pretty clear. It gets a little better, not as quite. I mean, Han Solo looks good. Oh, I was blocking Obi-Wan. That's not good. Uh, let's go back. Let's see. Yeah, that's not good. I'm blocking Obi-Wan. We don't want to block Obi-Wan. Keep going. I did take more pictures, so prior to setup, I took more pictures, so I'm gonna see if I can show you guys the other ones. Oh, here's a good one. No, she's still blurry. Let's see. And then these guys are more dark. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Okay, here we go. That's a little better. A little better. Yeah. Okay. Qui-Gon is a little blurry, but everybody else looks good. I am not blocking anyone that I see. Okay, let's work with this one. This one looks pretty good. Yeah. Qui-Gon's a little blurry. These guys in the back are a little blurry. The good thing about people in the back, except for her, I keep forgetting what her name is. I know, right? Not Bo-Katan. It's where is her base? It's Fennec Shand. Thank you. Thank you, Hot Toys base. Fennec Shand. Uh for the Mandalorians, their faces are their helmets. So you don't need all those details to kind of work with. But unfortunately, Fennec Shand has a human face, and it's funny because I almost left her with her helmet. She had her helmet on. I guess I should have kept her with her helmet. It would have been no problem. But see, when you have a helmet, you don't need the details. But when you have a face, that's when you can't lose the details because that the face tells you the emotion and what the person is thinking and stuff like that. So uh, unfortunately, that's as close as I can get. So I'm gonna go into this picture. You know what? There's more of those particular ones. So maybe there's a better one. Let me zoom in. Okay. Oh, yes. Better one. Much better one. I like this one. This one's good. If you guys see it, I was kind of feeling, and even Qui-Gon is a little more crisp. Okay, awesome. I am definitely feeling this picture. Yeah. Oh, this is what I mean. You can't get everything perfect, So now Poe is out of focus, because he's in the foreground. So it's fine. We're gonna have to composite some of this. Look at Cody. Cody is very crisp. I like Cody. And Padme. Padme is it's an awesome figure. I love Padme. All right, so now let's work on this one. We'll composite at least 2 or 3 subjects, but I'll do the lesser of evils here. But this one's real looking good, so let's go and adjust it. Exposure. It's okay. Yeah, contrast. Less contrast. Okay. And you want to zoom in to kind of see all the details. Highlights. Okay. Shadows. You kind of work with this and kind of see and just try to kind of, like I said, Z scan. Do a Z scan from left to right, then left to right down to kind of see how it looks. Because sometimes you'll miss a subject, you'll miss something, you realize, oh, this is not looking good because I missed this part. So definitely do a Z scan when it comes to looking at a photo, especially when something like this where it has so many different subjects. Yeah, little baby Yoda, little Grogu, which I blocked, but I can fix that, not a problem. We got BB-8, R2-D2. Yeah, pose out of focus, no problem. Even Din is a little bit out of focus. It's fine. It's fine. And you got Logan over here, my custom Logan that I was trying to block out of the way, but I didn't do it with this one. This is good. Okay, we're gonna work on this one. So here's the curve, the spectrum. Here you can work on the temperature of the picture if you want more. So we're looking at a sunset, so we want something more warm. The vibrance, a lot of people like to go extra vibrant, extra saturation. I like to go somewhere in between, not too saturated, but not too bright. Because Star Wars does have colors; it does represent colors. So, like if you're doing something like the Matrix, or something that has a theme, a color theme, then that's different. That's where you do colors, or even something like the Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League. You want to do something muted because that's the kind of the move they're trying to go for. So, um, let's see here. But Star Wars, no. Let's get some color in Star Wars. There's a lot of good colors. Then you scroll down, color mixture. We'll skip that for now. But we're going to work on the midtones, the color grading. Um, highlights, we're going to go. And the one thing you want to focus, the most important thing, is not just the colors of the outfits, the textures and stuff like that, but the one thing you focus on that's really important is skin tone. Skin tone is very important. If you go too bright, too light, then it looks lifeless. I mean, I get it; they're action figures, but you know these artists paint the paint apps. They did a great job. That looks almost realistic. So you want to kind of represent that to the fullest. And skin tone is an important asset that you want to look at and not mess it up because skin tone can make it or break it. So definitely look at the skin tone. So if you go too high, too low, say, okay, he looks like he came out of a tanning bed or he needs to get out some sun, then that's where you adjust it. Very light on the shadows, but here you can adjust it where it just focuses on the actual. Not only that, focus on other subjects too to make sure they're the same. The Leia looks a little more pale there. Okay, so that looks good. I like that. Chewy, you see his colors, they're pretty representing his brown ethnicity because Chewy is, Chewy is Mexican. Chewy is short for Jesus, so Chewy is one of my homeboys, even though he's really tall. And then you got Arturito over here. Arturito. Let's see. Let's see what just happened here. Okay, we're good. The textures and detail. So you don't want to go too much on that because you know some mystery helps the picture, and by that I mean is you don't go too high in the details. So with raw files, it took the entire picture and its detail through a large spectrum of bright and dark. So when you go in there and the more detail you revealed, it's going to look realistic, but also you're going to start seeing the noise, the imperfections. And when you go a little high on that, it starts looking more like a drawing in a way. You don't want to make it look like a drawing. It's a photograph. So you want to blend that in and make sure you don't go enough, too much on the clarity and too much on the texture. But again, you do want the texture because it's a real live subject. Let's look at Obi-Wan. Look at his eyes. By the texture, looking at it, like if you go fuzzy, there's no life. But when you go higher, but don't go too high because it's going to look like a drawing, like I drew something. You go somewhere in the middle of the middle, and see, his eyes are very lifelike. Look at that. Nice reflection there with the light. All right. Looks good. Then we go into clarity. Clarity is just another part of the detail, making it clear and taking it away. See, din, I'll have to replace din afterwards. So, and then Poe. But the majority, everybody came out great. Dehazing is if you want to kind of like create like a little sort of haze atmosphere. We don't want that because it's supposed to be a good dramatic photo, so you don't want to lose that mystery. So give me some. It's good. Vignette is something I use too much of, uh, but in this picture you don't need it. It's not a dramatic. It's not. Usually I use it for if it's one or two subjects, but if it's like a group picture, you don't want to use that. because you want that environment around them. It's a large environment. Uh, the grain, now grain helps a little bit. And again, you don't want to make it look like a drawing, but if you increase that a little bit, it gives you more kind of like a lifelike feeling. Um, I see 3CPO has a little bit of green reflection there from Yoda's lighting. It's okay. We can adjust that with the hue afterwards. So we move on. So Photoshop, when you do a raw file, it now has a noise reduction feature, which is awesome because if you take something that's in the dark and it has a lot of noise, it with using the AI, which I told you the AI in Photoshop is amazing because it's not creating the photo, it's helping enhance the photo. So now by using the AI and denoising the picture, you're getting rid of all those little speckles and noise that you don't really want and improving the picture much better. By clicking this, it'll help it. And it has a meter here, so it gives you an example. But see, this looks a little more cartoony, so let's go a little bit less. You don't want to go too much because then it looks more like a painting. Something in between, around there. I mean, it does look good when you go a little higher, but it gives it this painting effect, and sometimes that's a little bit off-putting. It takes a while because it's a big file and it's working its magic. So great features. Photoshop has added a lot of good new features that really step up your photography game. So definitely recommend Photoshop, which is um, Lightroom and Photoshop. Sorry, this is Lightroom. I get the package, which is the whole. I think it has Adobe Express, it has Lightroom, it has Photoshop, it has After Effects. Look, there we go. It's done. So see now it gives you a little more. It looks good. It pops more. You can see everybody's looking good. There's a few. Obviously, Qui-Gon is a little out of focus. Uh, even Ahsoka and Poe and Din. So those we're gonna have to probably replace with a different picture that I took that was more crisp and clear with their shot. So, and that's something we'll probably work on the next subject. Right now, I'm just gonna do basics on simple editing in Lightroom, so you can get a good solid picture, and then we'll work on the Photoshop elements next time. Uh, this is obviously I can go on this with I can go on with this for hours. Unfortunately, I don't have all day. I have kids to attend to because they nap for so long, and they need to get their dinner. So, but we're gonna finalize this with this, and then there's one more thing. Oops. Uh, Luminance. That's another thing additionally they added to the upgrades from AI, and it gives you this. This this is the feature that um, all the girls on TikTok overly use. So please use sparingly. It's like it gives you like this whole makeup effect that you look really ugly and all of a sudden you have luminance and it gives you this glistening, beautiful, skin tone, and it's like you look like you have makeup on. Use it, but don't go crazy with it because you don't want to have Yoda look like he put on some makeup. So definitely don't do that to Yoda. Um, so you want to increase luminance by I usually use 10 to 20%. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less, because it does enhance the picture, but you don't want to go too much because then Yoda look like he's wearing makeup. You don't want that. You definitely don't want that. Don't do that to Yoda. Uh, okay, so okay, and then there's one last thing, lens blur. Here we're not going to use lens blur because we don't need lens blur. It's a splash page. It's a photo that you want to see everything. So that's the whole reason why we try to kind of not make it out of focus, and so we're gonna skip that. But if you ever want to do that, you apply it, and the AI will recognize the subjects, and it'll pull it out, and then it'll just blur the background. You can also do foreground if you wanted to. It has settings where you adjust it. If you look below, it's kind of grayed out right here, but you can tweak it as you go. Uh, but yeah, it's one of the things that I use only when you have like one subject in the picture, and you can have a background that you don't need to see the background. You can have this blur effect. So now obviously we got the picture here. Uh, it looks good for the exception. Sorry, I keep using that wheel that changes the photo. It looks good for the exception of just those two things I told you about. With Photoshop, I'm gonna end up just give you a little more of a detail on what I'm gonna do. Is all this background is gonna go away. I'm gonna extend this background here, and I'm gonna crop it. Obviously, it's a little too wide. I went a little wide because I wanted to center the focus, the sharpness in the middle, which usually that's what cameras do. So if you do have some kind of fogginess or distortion, you can cut that out and not include it part of the picture. So I, of course, it will come with less resolution, but it's okay because it's a you have a lot of stuff in here to include. So, but I will replace the background, extend this background. I'm gonna probably replace the ground with probably just the dirt and make it kind of like a leveled area, kind of like Avengers Endgame when they were like kind of they were standing in different levels and different rocks, and do that and get rid of that. That's a custom riser that I built for my figures. It's like a 2-level riser that I use for my displays, and it's made of a natural walnut and just some 2x4s that I had to cutting, and I stained the wood and put it together. So that's what I have in my collection. In fact, these shelves that you see up here on top, those are stained and cut by myself too. They look great, but real wood, it tends to warp sometimes. So you have to pick really good boards to make sure they're straight. So having shelves this long, they tend to warp a little bit. So, uh, but anyways, that's pretty much it for the picture. I will be doing a dark side continuation of this with Vader, Palpatine, Shmi, and everyone included. Oh, Jose and Marcos. What's up, Marcos? Everyone showing off the skills again. Marcos, you're funny. Shout out to my buddy Marcos at Collector Zone, and then Jose Hernandez, Mr. Jose Plus. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I'm kind of going towards the end of the stream, but I just wanted to share what I'm doing today, and it's a May the 4th, splash page of the light side, and perhaps before or on Revenge of the Fifth, I will do our dark side splash page, and it's going to be left and right, kind of Avengers Endgame style, where it's versus the light side versus the dark side, and it'll be two pictures, so you can put them together. Or I can probably create like a screensaver for people to put on the screensaver if they wanted to. That'd be something to kind of do. So, again, thanks for stopping by, Marcos. It's good to see you, buddy. And then Jose, I think Jose said he's going. Jose, are you at Disneyland with everybody else? If you are, have a good time, buddy. If you're not, then enjoy your evening, and then I'll see you Sunday. Looking forward to it. But anyways, I don't have anything else except for the product and result. I will probably be posting it tomorrow on all the socials. I'll do the light side tomorrow, and then probably have. I'm not, but I will see you Sunday. Okay, cool, Jose. Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, I'll have this picture ready for tomorrow. And if you guys are definitely interested, if it's something that you guys are looking for me to kind of do on a usual basis, let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know for sure. Because if I wasted my time today, it's cool. I like to, hang out and just do casual stuff. It's nothing, serious. So, but if you did enjoy this, let me know. Definitely, I can keep doing this and show some of my tips and tricks to everybody. And for those who are catching the stream afterwards on a repeat, thanks for checking it out. If there's anything that interests you, drop a comment, let me know, and maybe I can continue doing this. Because honestly, I think because it's May the 4th, I went all in, but typically I would have done something less extravagant on my first time because it's my first time doing this and sharing, and it's much easier to focus on one subject than I don't know how many subjects do I have here. 25, 20 and 25. Hot toys. So it's a little more difficult to kind of do something like this than versus something that's individual, like I showed you guys. I think I showed you. This is something that I was working on for probably next week. The the it's the Iron Man or War Machine, Punisher, and Deadpool War Machine style mechanism or whatever you call it. Um, it's like a what if situation. It's here's the render. These are all robots. They're fighting. It's the Iron Man 2 alternate universe. Instead of Iron Man and War Machine, it's Punisher and Deadpool. So it was kind of one of a wacky idea that I had that I wanted to try, which is this figure right here. I just got Deadpool, and it's an awesome figure. It's very underrated. It has a lot of cool features. It has a lot of cool engineering things, and accessories are awesome. The only thing is, I took off the Iron Man helmet and I put the real Deadpool head, which is I thought was funny. And I put the obviously this is a third party head sculpt from Punisher. It's that Frank action figure from the third party. That was a good solid head sculpt. I like the head sculpt. I still like the Hot Toys version. I have that too, but it's a little dated. Hopefully, we get a newer version with the new series coming out. But I thought this is a cool idea. Have them like fight like how they did in the Iron Man 2 with the drones and I think it was like a Japanese garden or something. And then this is not it. The background I actually just I got that from the same website I told you about that I get the backgrounds, and it's just very similar to that Japanese garden one that they had in Iron Man 2. Uh, anyways, this would have been something much easier to do on my first stream as opposed to the Star Wars one. But like I said, you know I wanted to show it, and because it's May the 4th tomorrow. At least you saw the how to in the beginning, and then tomorrow we can see the results on how the picture will come out afterwards in Photoshop. And this is after replacing the background and the ground and all that stuff. I think it'll come out really good. So thanks guys for stopping by. I appreciate you guys again. Yeah, have a good night, Harold. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by, man. Harold, if Commander Green, just FYI, you do amazing work, man. I am always happy to see your work. It's amazing. It's awesome. It's all, Star Wars stuff, but you can never get enough because it's just a vast universe. So keep up the good work, man. I love your work. I'm a big fan. Thanks for stopping by. Everybody, thank you. And again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, comment, and if you have any future suggestions for this type of content, let me know. I'm always open ears, and thanks for stopping by. All right, thanks guys, have a good day and happy May the 4th. Thank you.